Welcome to Abu Dhabi and day 2 of competition of this year's Abu Dhabi Grand Slam, one of the International Judo Federation's premier events. Along with the spectacular white marble domes of the vast Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, Abu Dhabi's skyline is a mix of modern towers and shopping megacentres. We, however, are in the IPIC Arena, where the final block features all the medal matches in 4 weight categories. And we're going to begin with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 63 kilo category. That features Emily Burt of Canada. She's up against Agata Ozdoba of Poland. And with commentary for this and all the medal matches, it's a very warm welcome to former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. And yes, let's get kicked off here with the under 63 repechage final, one of the first one. And as you can see there, the referee just coming up here.
Vladimir Nutsubidze of Georgia. He's kept his eyes dead straight today, hasn't he?
He's like he's staring into us.
If he looks left or right, he begins to look really shifty. Refereed at the Olympic Games. I think he did 4 finals, or 3 finals anyway. Top draw man. Anyway, here we go with the first of the bronze medal matches. Loretta, take it away.
We've just seen there Ozdoba just coming onto the mat and Emily Burt there in the white. So you've got Canada white, Poland in the blue. Now Emily has had an outstanding performance throughout the day, very consistent competitor. She's up against the young lady from Poland, Ozdoba. Now for Emily, outstanding performance throughout has been the Niwaza, and here we have, just on the receiving end, as you can see now, was Ozdoba, who then finishes off this match very swiftly indeed. Well, to add the bronze medal to her collection, this World Championship bronze medalist shows the pedigree that she truly is.
A case of the biter bit.
Exactly, because Emily Burt was very, very good in the Niwaza and showed some amazing technique down there and has defeated a few of her opponents in the ground, but found herself losing the bronze medal on the receiving end of Niwaza.
And I was scribbling furiously this note.
Remember the Niwaza.
Remember the Niwaza, it's coming.
You no sooner finish writing it and then all of a sudden she's tapping. Well, for poor Emily, Sheldon, you jinxed her.
Very
here
quickly
you have
on the
highlights there. She came through. Didn't even manage to get the turnover there, as you could see. Executed that very nicely indeed. So there you can see she tried to rotate her. And within that process, the arm started to loosen. Very nice bit of Niwaza, great.
Well, we've got a second bronze medal match coming up now. And this time it features Rotem Shaw, the Israeli representing the International Judo Federation here in this bronze medal contest. She's up against the #1 seed this morning, Katrin Unterwürzacher of Austria. It's Shaw in the white judogi, Unterwürzacher in blue.
Well, Unterwürzacher has also had the advantage of beating Shaw once throughout their senior career, but massive difference, 58 on the world ranking Shaw is to her opponent Unterwürzacher, who on paper looks to be the one that's going for bronze here. Now, she was one of the top favourites for me to take in that bronze medal, but as we've just seen with Emily Burt going out so quickly, well, it's just open for grabs really. A very consistent performance throughout the day. She was the #1 seed going into this tournament. 2 times Grand Prix gold medalist this year, has had an outstanding year and comes into this competition right on form. Unterwürzacher there as you come in with the hip throw, the arm round the back.
Well, with the retirement of Yardin Jerby, the space is left open.
Oh, it is, yeah. And Shaw
That's 63.
is really pushing for that position. And what better to do is getting a medal here today. But it's a tall order against a very strong competitor here from Austria. Catherine there, as you can see, with that left hand around the back, controlling very nicely there, and opens the risk for Shaw to be countered. Shaw comes in there with the Uchimata, hooking in with the Ochi combination, Ochi Gari. But there's you get the lift. And the arm round the back only means one thing, that Ogoshi. With the Tsuriko Migoshi. And there you got it, the deep hip throw following through into the Niwaza, and we know she's very clever down there. And this is now a danger for sure the longer she stays down in the ground.
We've got two really intense coaches there in
Oh gosh, yes.
Shani Hershko and Marko Špitka.
Oh, the Kosota beautifully executed there. And Tavasaka scoring what looked for me very close to being Ippon, but
I think it is, yeah.
well, they've given it there.
That's the Gion.
But even if she hadn't got the Ippon, the Osakumi was straight in. So Untitled Osaka takes the other bronze medal.
Yeah, I think, you know, Rotem was up against a far greater experienced
Definitely,
competitor
yes,
in
yeah.
Catherine Unterweltsacher. And it's going to be a little bit of time before she closes
They're
that gap.
but the thing is that they're very similar in age, but I think just as you were saying, that for sure she's had a line of athletes in front of her from her home country that's stopped her getting into the international scene as such. So
For a couple of years,
for quite a few years.
Yeah.
So now she's starting to get that opportunity to go on the world circuit, and she's only going to build from that. So, but a great start. She's here. She's got 5th place at this Grand Slam.
Been so popular, this
that
technique
is.
today, hasn't it? A few got planted today. Unterweltsacher's carried this out a couple of times today. This time she did have the little feint. Just, you know,
Well,
just
showed
shows
it
the
with
front.
the upper body and then twisted round. But Ertziev, though, I think was the one that, as you could say, I wouldn't actually call it a throw or through their opponents. I think what you have to say, they buried them. And that sort of sums it all up and how hard they actually fell.
Not even in the middles.
No, exactly. So this is going to be a very exciting match, a head-to-head. Well, Lucy Renshaw has got the upper hand in this. Age-wise, she's much younger, 21 years of age, and first stand to mount her opponent 5th. 112, well, there's... When it looks on paper there, you would say that Gwen most probably has the advantage of maturity and experience under her belt. But Lucy Renshaw is one of these up-and-coming young ladies from Great Britain that's got great hopes for this lady that's already taken medals at World and European Championships at a junior level and has been plagued with a few injuries this year and is coming in, and Zagreb picked up a bronze medal, and here she finds herself in the final with a very strong opponent indeed, Gwen from Italy. Gwen, 3 Grand Prix medals this year, so has been really on form. And lacks no experience of being in here in a final. Both very, very strong athletes, but quite a difference of maturity here. Well, first Judo been awarded to Renshaw of Great Britain. The screen's in the blue. Gwen comes there in for the drop Cianagi. Didn't get the full rotation on it. Renshaw blocking there now, looking for an opening in the Niwaza. And as you know, Renshaw's very clever down in the ground. She's a very strong athlete and has a lot of confidence when she goes into the Niwaza. Well, Gwen just seems to have the advantage on the grips most of the time as she comes in, gets that lapel, controls quite nicely. Renshaw seems to be on the receiving end a lot of the time and a little bit flustered out there. Hasn't really had much time to settle in to this contest.
I think you're right. The inability to get an early grip and settle is causing Lucy some problems. She just once broke that grip up and threatened to come around the back.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be her plan. If she can just avoid getting the right sleeve tied up and come up with a stronger grip. She's had to settle to go over on the other side there.
Well, she's actually working to the pace of Gwen at the moment, and Gwen, as you can see, she likes to move around the mat. She's got a good pace about her, but it's all directed around what Gwen wants here. And Lucy is just following through, and she really now has to start taking control here if she wants to have any opportunity of taking that gold medal here today.
Well, that Shido that Gwen picked up there for stepping out of the area was the first time that it looked as though Gwen had given any kind of signal that she was having some problems. Because she didn't want to stay where she was. She didn't like that grip.
Well, there's Lucy with the grip. That right hand high up over the back there. That's where she's very dangerous. She needs to hook in, but we know Gwen has the lift as she comes back for the counter.
That's as close as anyone's come to scoring. There's a nice deep grip over the top. She gave one roll, couldn't come up with the push. Just got to make sure that she keeps that leg trapped here. The referee called mate. Just a minute left to go.
Well, Lucy has that opportunity. She gets that right hand over the back and in deep. Then she places a lot of problems there for Gwen. That's the danger that the Italian faces. It's a flurry of attacks again. The pace suits Gwen at this moment. Lucy doing a little bit of a chase in there. Needs to settle that down and fight this match that suits her pace. The second Shido now goes to Gwen, which puts the pressure on her with still 41 seconds remaining in this contest. Now Lucy's a very clever fighter. And now they've just taken the Shido off, but half a minute remaining.
It was the second time that Gwen had felt, some minor discomfort, and as a result of that, she took that drop. In the end, they took it away anyway, but we're back to a penalty apiece. Lucy's just got to be a little bit careful here not to fall behind the pace. Can't afford this cycle to go with Gwen being the aggressor. Got to get in an attack here.
Well, there, another aggressive approach to Gwen's judo. She throws that arm over, she hits first and she goes down. There's no rotation, there's no lift, but it's a good, strong, aggressive approach to this contest. And this is where it's starting to make Renshaw look a little bit passive out there.
Well, they won't penalise her now with the golden score period about to begin. She's just got to step up a little bit here.
Well, she really now needs to give it all.
Got to go once that arm goes over.
Now
Can't sit
again,
there for too long.
Another aggressive approach there for Gwen. She's really a lot of spirit out there, sword determination. Renshaw gets that arm over, and that's where we know she's going to be dangerous. She hooks in with the Uchimata. A good attack, and there's the danger for Gwen. As soon as she gets, but didn't have the sleeve grip to get the rotation and lift.
She's got better and better as the contest has gone on, has Lucy. And it's just a question of making sure
Again,
that
she
she can
throws
get
that
grips.
arm over. She can come round the back, but the hooking in with the ouchigari for Gwen. And we know she's got a cracking ouchigari. Saw it in the first round of this competition. Almost levelled opponent for Ippon.
No trouble with either of the fitness levels.
Well, definitely not. And this was always going to be a big tester for Renshaw, being off for so long. But she's working out of the centre where she is now in the full time, and they've obviously prepared her very well for this.
Ooh, not quite. That's the second push down,
That
won't
was
count.
so close. But both hands there bridged it and paused the actual flow of the technique. So for her, she did very well to rescue herself off that attack. But that shows you how now Gwen is accelerating more and more towards that gold medal. Well, Lucy's got the good lapel grip. She's trying to throw that arm over the top. Gwen's trying to control that sleeve, as you can see, and she does it there now. But she comes to throw right through with the Seotoshi attempt. But Lucy can dig in. She is a bit of a monster out there when she wants to put her mind to it. And if anyone can find something at this late stage of this contest, then Renshaw has got that grit and determination.
Well, the thing that happens here after that is attack is just level things up a little bit as far as the number of attacks. So it keeps her in the keeps her in the contest.
And at this moment, Gwen is just edging it. Has put in maybe two very, very strong attacks, but obviously didn't hear the mate from the referee. And well, this has turned out to be a very exciting match indeed, both battling away. Neither one of them any closer to getting that gold medal. Lucy getting a little bit frustrated with that sleeve grip that's stopping her from coming over the top. Gwen is just tactically playing her very well. Both got a Judo each, so neither one of them are in an advantage. But there, for Lucy, that was maybe the ultimate mistake and what the referee needed to make that decision. And I think, sadly, for Renshaw, the Judo will be awarded to her for dropping. She was under a lot of pressure. Gwen really piled that on for the last 30 seconds there, taking that sleeve, frustrating the life out of Lucy Renshaw, and to the point that she made the mistake of dropping just to try and get out of that awkwardness.
Yes, unfortunately, a false attack is adjudged against Lucy Renshaw. And with that, it's Edwige Gwend of Italy who sneaks past the British
Well,
fighter.
she's had a fantastic performance throughout the day. Again, one of my favourites and top picks for the day. And but for Lucy, a fantastic performance considering the journey that she's had to get to this point. She's come back, and that's only to say she's come back strong, and she's come back where she left off, and now it's just upwards and forwards for her.
We come now to the bronze medal matches in the under 73 kilo category, and the first of these features the number one seed at the start of the day, Rustam Orozhov of Azerbaijan. He faces the Olympic bronze medalist from Rio last year, Dirk van Tichelt of Belgium. It's Orozhov in the white judogi, van Tichelt in blue.
Orozhov ranked number 2 in the world to 21 to his opponent. It's been a 2-all as far as head-to-heads. 4 times these have met, and it's been 1-for-1 all the way through. Orozhov seeded number 1 in this weight category. Olympic champion and European, well, so world silver medalist, and Zagreb took the gold medal, an Olympic silver medalist. So an outstanding sort of display of judo, and he's, for me, well, great results under his belt already. Number 1 seed, as I said, but Van Ticket, he is Olympic bronze medalist, 2016, and the World Championships took the bronze medal back in 2013. A very strong grip straight away for the Azerbaijan, that high collar controlling very nicely.
And Tikkel's already picked up the Judo. He was on the board so early, I thought it may have been a leftover from the previous
match. Yeah. Well, it's not a great start, really, and it only piles the pressure on as the match goes on. And as you can see there, Orijov with that left-hand high collar grip, very effective, making his opponent look quite passive, and puts his opponent under a lot of pressure. Since the Makakomi, Hara Makakomi there, Ippon, and that's it, all over and done with.
Couldn't get off it.
Well, that's why he was the number 1 seed. He wrapped that arm around his chest, he hooked in over the back of the knee, and then just gave it a little flick, and the head was over. Wonderful display.
Beautifully described. Well, from Orijov's point of view anyway, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Poor old Van Ticket won't
well,
want to be...
Van Ticket went over as gracefully as he could.
Mind you, he will be on the highlights reel.
Yes.
He's a good lad. He's not going to be angry with me for having said that. He can take a bit of ribbing.
Oh, definitely. Well, Olympic bronze medal in his own right. He's actually got some qualifications under that belt already, and as you can see there, in the court right above the elbow, tucked in quite nicely.
Yeah, for those of you who are starting out on your judo careers, you want a nice example of execution of Makikomi.
Well, there it is.
Look at the arm, just wraps it up
but
beautifully.
Even that leg that went over the back, hooked behind the knee. So there wasn't even any opportunity for him stepping over and blocking it. And a lovely smile as well. He's got plenty to smile about. He takes the medal.
How high he holds up there. Beautiful. Can't get away from that. Not getting off. Right, we've got a second bronze medal, and keeping up the Olympic theme, we got the current Olympic champion at under 66 kilos about to take to the mat in the bronze medal match at under 73 kilos here in Abu Dhabi. It's Fabio Basile of Italy to face Toha Butbul, the Israeli representing the International Judo Federation. Here, the man in the middle to look after this one, Roland Poiger of Austria.
Well, Butbul, Grand Slam Paris, took a bronze medal in Cancun in Grand Prix, a silver, and along with Antalya, a 3rd place bronze medal.
I like Antalya.
Antalya is a nice place. Yeah. Very warm. Not as warm as this place, but...
Right, let's have a look and see what happens with
Well,
Basile
for me,
and
Basile, it's got to be one of the most confident athletes I've ever come across. Well, an attack there, a little bit unorthodox. Turned in on his opponent, but literally had the forearm and wrist. Need to get a little bit more engaged with his opponent, but well, as you can see, quite a strong looking character out there. Very powerful indeed, and has had some really strong matches, tough rounds, and lead up to this bronze medal final.
was lucky to get away without the false attack there.
Yes.
That was on the edge. What do they call it, the referees? That one was on the limit.
On the limit. You're limiting yourself. You're playing with fire.
There's not enough movement from either of these, Basile or Butbol, for them to open up and increase their opportunities, their throwing opportunities. A little bit static at the moment, a little bit tight in the upper body, closing everything down. And every time they make a movement, then the other blocks.
Yes. Which I'm quite surprised with Butbol, because he's actually very, very powerful, and his judo engages every time, regardless on who's been with this today in this tournament. It is about real engagement and the powerful grips that he's put in there. He seems to be a little bit apprehensive here in this match. He's not been as forthcoming as he has been in previous matches.
Basile remains penalty-free halfway through the contest.
He's a little busy bunny out there, isn't he? I've never known someone so much confidence, and someone that just about, I think, qualified for the Olympic Games just on the last event.
Yep.
Goes into the Olympic Games as one of the last qualifications and then ends up winning it. Well, that just shows you the desire to win and how confident a man can be in going in that position. He's had nothing, obviously, to lose and all to gain. But here you have him working away as the Olympic champion now.
The amazing thing about that Olympic win was that he told everybody that he was going to win it.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, it doesn't surprise me.
And
when you actually see, when you see him perform and you watch the body language of the man, he oozes that confidence, and in some ways it is so powerful that you wish you could bottle it up and give it to others that have got the technical ability and just don't have that confidence. If you could put it in some of these athletes that we have, that shows all the attributes to being a Olympic champion, but just have that little ingredient that becomes within deep, and that's what Fabio Basile has.
I remember congratulating him on qualifying, and he kind of laughed at me. He said, "Qualifying? I come to win."
Oh, crikey. I just love that.
And then he did.
Yep.
I laughed at him.
I was going to say, what was your thoughts when he actually said that? Well, when you think of the lineup of the Olympic Games at that time at 73s as well, you wouldn't have put him down on the rostrum, would you?
No. Second penalty picked up by Butbol. It's time for passivity.
Well, Butbol really is struggling with the sleeve grips that Fabio has. He's controlling them quite nicely and using his ashiwazas to keep the referee away from giving him that penalty. But as you can see, he's a little bit more bent over and he's looking more scrappier there. There's a drop Sianagi. There's no rotation on the wrist, and he's going to get a Shido. He's got to get a Shido for that.
Oh, he got away with that.
He's got away with it. So
not this time.
Not that. He's like a cat with 9 lives, and as you can see, Butbol there, totally frustrated with what's happening to him right now. Now it's 2-2. There's still no score with 8 seconds remaining in the contest, so it's looking more and more that this will go to the golden score.
What Butbol can't afford to do is to get tied up in a battle that frustrates him and then loses focus or loses concentration.
Exactly.
Got to stay with his plan.
Definitely. But I think what's now apparent is that the last Judo that was given was for negativity, and it did go to Basile. So he throws that arm over, Butbol looking at again. He tries to throw that left hand over the top. He takes the... Oh, yes! Oh! He just needed that one opportunity of that sleeve. He got it and took full advantage of it. Oh, look, a look of relief on his face there, as you can see.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a battle today, has Butbul.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And Basile has had a bit of a bruising because, you know, he stepped up to a heavier weight category. And it is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be a challenge, isn't it?
More physically demanding, put it that way. But as ever, the mat etiquette from Fabio Basile, perfect. Few people could pick up some tips from him.
Oh, definitely.
He really has got good mat etiquette. Let's have a look at the highlights, and then we'll be back with the final of the under 73 kilo category.
You can see the highlights. He took that sleeve across, hips went in, came through the back door, but carried on rotating. And Ippon there. Oh, lovely control. Oh. Every time you see it, it just gets better and better.
We come now to the final of the under 73 kilo category. Musa Mugushkov of Russia faces Ganbatar Odbaya of Mongolia. It'll be Mugushkov in the white judogi, Ganbatar in blue.
The referee is from Mexico, Mr. Everardo Garcia. And now please welcome the athletes in white judogi.
For me, the favourite here has got to be Mugushkov.
Silver medalist and three-time Grand Slam gold medalist Musa Mugushkov. And in blue judogi representing Mongolia, world bronze medalist Ganbatar Odbaya.
Well, Mugushkov there, most probably for me, voted the most coolest guy out here on the tatami in this tournament. He comes out very lively indeed against Ganbatar, representing Mongolia in the blue. Well, a bit of a battle here to dominate on the grips. Ganbatar, as you can see, with the sleeve and a lapel, controlling quite nicely the Russians' movements. As you can see, he's looking a little bit flustered there at the side. Mugushkov really trying to get rid of that sleeve grip. He's not doing a very good job at the moment, and I think he's sort of given up on trying to release his own sleeve and looking for the lapel. Ganbatar with the uchimata. Looking quite strong out there and dominating this match for the past minute. The Uso to Gary, yes, and a lovely score there was Zari. Ganbatar now in a really good position as he starts to try and rotate his opponent over.
Have we seen Mugushkov fall behind today and then come back to win? I'm just going to check and see what his record was. We have seen him dig deep because we were talking about digging deep and coming back.
No, I don't think he's... For us, it's been like we've been watching him, and he's actually very cool and sort of collective about things. He's not really been flustered at all throughout. He's taken his time. He's had some really good, strong and challenge in matches, but never at any time did he look like he was on the receiving end. He was always the one that was dominating the pace of the match, but in different ways. So, oops.
Looks as though he's hurt his ankle there.
Well,
But,
that's a little bit
looks
sad to
concerned.
see, but
you look at some fighters on occasion. Gambatar hasn't celebrated once.
Well-
It just moved closer and closer and closer towards Magushkov. At present, his only concern is what's happened to Magushkov.
In blue, for Mongolia,
well,
Gambatar Utpaya.
Yeah, I think we leave him, Everardo, this one.
so Gambatar takes the gold medal and the title of Abu Dhabi Grand Slam champion for 2017. And a very well-deserving medal goes to Russia,
So congratulations with a silver medal.
Magushkov.
Russia.
Oh. What happened to the foot here?
You can see the highlights of this final.
Odd one, isn't it?
That was not quite sure what. Oh,
After the highlights, we will have the first awarding ceremony for women under 63 kilo.
I thought it was his foot because he limps off anyway.
no, it was his shin, but
Yeah.
there was actually no
Ceremony.
there was
see
no
anything.
contact at all with the leg for some reason. So whether it was a twist that he did himself,
Yeah.
but it didn't seem like there was a contact at all from Gambatar. Very, very interesting one. Be interesting to find out from him what actually happened.
Right, let's go down to have a look at the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 63 kilo category. And the bronze medals are being received, first of all, from Catherine Unterwertsacher of Austria and Agata Ozdoba of Poland. The silver medal goes to Lucy Renshaw of Great Britain.
And gold medals for Italy, Edwidge Gray.
And the gold medal goes to Edwidge Gwend of Italy.
And flowers will be presented by General Manager of the Sports Division of Hakubadon UI Media Partners, Mr. Kenichiro Yokomiso. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Italy.
And now the national anthem of Italy.
There's always something jolly about the Italian national anthem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite like that one.
Nasser Al-Tamimi has stayed around for a few words. Why not? Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves on the podium there, look. Right, we've got Unterwertsacher and Osterberg as the bronze medal winners. Renshaw took the silver and Gwend the gold. That brings us neatly to the next of our weight categories. That's the under 70 kilo category. And the first of the bronze medals features Maria Portela of Brazil. She's up against Laura Vargaskoch of Germany. It'll be Portela in the white judogi, Vargaskoch in blue. And here is Loretta Cusack below.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. And this, again, is going to be a very tough match indeed. Portela, a very experienced athlete. As you can see, head-to-head, 3. Portela is in the driving seat for this one, and obviously got to be very confident going into this bronze medal match.
Referee in the middle for this one is Khalid Anwar Ali of Egypt.
Last year in Abu Dhabi, Portela picked up the silver medal. Well, she's in for a medal this time, but it's not in the final, so that's one little disappointment that she's got to deal with. But a medal at any level at these Grand Slams is important for the world ranking. Vargaskoch, Abu Dhabi, again, is no stranger to being on a podium here in the Abu Dhabi. She's picked up a gold medal back in 2014 and also in 2015.
Well, we haven't seen her since Rio 2016. First time I've seen Laura Vargaskoch back on the tatami since then.
And a lovely Ouchigari there. Well, it's one of her strongest techniques that we've seen throughout this tournament. The first match of the day, she threw with the Ouchigari in the opening seconds of her contest. It was one of the best Ouchis I've seen for a long time. Very straight, drove right through her opponent. Massive threat to Vargaskoch. Well, first Shido is awarded to Portela, even though the attempt of that Ouchigari was so close. Vargaskoch, as you can see, with that left hand wanting to go over the top there, controlling her opponent, but the Ashiwas is there. Oh, nicely executed, followed through to look for an opening in the Niwaza. Picks up the first Wazari and a good start for Portela. Vargaskoch there turning in onto the left, but Portela dropping into her knees, trying to get that Sianagi, but Vargaskoch blocking it very nicely, trying to work her way down into the ground. Well, as you can see there with Vargaskoch, she likes to be very close. Comes in very deep over the top. Becomes a real danger to Portela, who's a lot smaller than her opponent. Portela likes the space to be able to move around with the Ashiwazas, the Ouchigaris, and she needs that space to create speed and entry. As you can see, the drop Sianagi continues right through, scoring a Wazari, and now into the Osakomi. Well, Vargaskoch there looking as if there's really no hope for her to get out of that hold down. And Portela takes the bronze medal home to Brazil.
Well, it's early days on the route to return for Vargas Koch. She ends up with a 5th place finish here in Abu Dhabi. It's a bronze to Maria Portela of Brazil.
Bronze medalist in white for Brazil, Maria Portela. This is medal number 6 for Maria Portela in a Grand Slam.
Well, that says it all there. A very happy young lady. And here's the highlights of that very match. That brings the bronze medal back to Brazil. The drop Cianagi, the continuation looking for the Niwaza. Not only scoring the Wazari, but the Osakomi for Ippon.
We've got a second bronze medal match coming up for you shortly. And that features Gershak Sabina of Hungary. She'll be up against Miriam Butkareit of Germany. And Butkareit has done really well to get to this point. This is a bit of an achievement for the young German. We'll see how she gets on. In any case, it'll be Gershak in the white judogi, Butkareit in blue, and here is the rhetoric.
Thank you very much. Well, as you can see there, Gershak, there's never been a head-to-head. 21 to 23, Gershak being the younger of the two. Very similar in grades, and 68 wins to 12, so a massive difference there as far as the wins, and Gershak obviously on paper looks the stronger of the two. And yeah, when we say on paper, World Championships and Junior World Champion back in 2015, and this year alone has 2 Grand Prix medals under her belt. Butkareit from Germany, well, she's one of these young up-and-coming girls that's quite a size for her weight category, very tall and elegant looking, but she causes so many problems when she's out there with those long limbs coming in from quite a far. She's got a 5th place in the European Open in Prague, and also a bronze medal in a European Open. So a great start there for Gershak. The hips came in so close. But again, the Hungarian starts in a very positive way. And those the Budrek there with the Uchimata, and like we said, those long legs get in and they upset everybody. And now puts herself in the driving seat with the Wazari. As you can see, throws that arm over the top, hooks in with the Kochi, swings it through for the Uchimata. And scoring a Wazari. So that's a great start for the German. Once more, throws that right hand over the top. I was going to say, this is going to be what Gershak is going to find very awkward indeed, is that the height of this German and the reach that she can get without engaging too close.
Yeah, both of these fighters are taller than the referee, who's a Brazilian referee, Jefferson Vieira. He's taking control of this one. He's out of his weight class here. Wazari still the lead for Miriam Butkareit. That was a lovely effort from the German there. Good score. Pressure now for Gershak, but plenty of time left on the clock. Oh, missed with that one. It's a little bit tentative there, was Butkareit with the footwork. Didn't look to get.
Well, she reminds me a little bit of a Bambi, that she does tend to wobble a little bit, even though she's very powerful when the leg comes up. Sometimes she does have, the stability isn't there all the time. and can be looking a little bit vulnerable. She turns over there so a little bit of niwaza, she sangaku turnover, trying to tie it up, but obviously those long legs are getting in the way for her in the niwaza. But as you can see, she's very direct in her approach in the niwaza. She's now tying up that head quite nicely before trying to break through with that leg. And that's the most important thing, is the upper body control. I'm not sure whether she has...
Ooh, yep.
And she's got
That's
it.
now. Not going to get out of that one.
Well, we said on paper that Gershek was the stronger of the two, but...
And so it turned out, only on paper.
Only on paper. But that 2 years maturity, as far as age is concerned, for the German was enough to get her through and take that bronze medal back to Germany.
Germans are spoilt for choice at under
aren't
70
they
kilos.
just?
We've just seen Laura Vargaskov. We've got Miriam Budka here, and missing from this group is Sandra Diedrich.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So,
no, definitely they've produced some middleweights. The Germans really, they've got the size there with the girls.
disappointment for Gershak Sabina. Losing out. A fifth place finish for her in this Abu Dhabi Grand Slam, and points and no small amount of prize money goes to Miriam Budka of Germany. First medal in a Grand Slam, I'm sure.
Well, yes, definitely.
Georgie would
is.
normally mention that, but he hasn't.
Well, no, this is her. She's only got some Junior Open.
He just mentioned it. I was wondering how long it was going to take him, but
He's most probably listening to you on the live stream.
there's some highlights.
You can see the highlights on the screen.
Well, as you can see, the first thing, tying up that head was the ingredients for success. Leg comes out, and there it was.
Coming up next, the final of the under 70 kilo category. Anna Bernholm of Sweden faces Kim Polling of the Netherlands. It'll be Bernholm in the white judogi, Polling in blue.
Well, as you go, no head-to-head, same age and very similar in grade. 67 wins to 91. Polling obviously the advantage, but the ranking 16 to 28. Polling once more on paper looks the stronger of the two, but as we've just seen in the previous match, that really means nothing. It's just down on the day on how they perform out here under this pressure.
The referee in the middle for this one is Veli-Matti Karinkanta of Finland.
Grand Slam bronze medalist Anna Bernholm. And in blue for the Netherlands, 2015 European Games champion.
Well, Bernholm fifth in the European Championships, in a Grand Slam, a bronze medal in the Grand Slam in Zagreb this year. So has some good performances throughout the year. Kim Polling, 3 times World Masters champion, 2016, 15, and back in 2013. So a lot of experience, high quality athlete that we've seen for many years out on the world circuit.
Bernholm's going to have to be at her very best to get past Kim Polling.
Oh, definitely. There's a real maturity and confidence out there of the experience that oozes out of her. And she's been very impressive throughout the day. Well, there's a bit of a battle here of the grips. Polling attempting to move forward, looking for that Uchimata.
Burnham's not against the idea of getting involved on the ground.
Well, she's showed some very nice niwaza throughout the day. Well, an attempt there of a drop. Sianagi left herself a little bit vulnerable. She was just off balance there, nearly went back. Burnham once again looking for the opportunity down there in the ground, but Pauling's very, very powerful, and I wouldn't imagine would leave herself open into the ground. There's a little bit too much experience down there for her.
Tommy Macias and Mia Hermansson watching on in the stands.
Koso to the Uchimata into the Makakomi. Burnham trying to counter her. She almost gets her there, but a little bit loose in and slow in the reaction. Koso there. Well, 1.5 minutes remaining in this contest. No score, but no penalties as well. Both athletes really engaging in this contest, both very determined to get that medal and the title of the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam champion. Well, Burnham there, as you can see, with that left hand coming over the top, it was on the wrong side. Really didn't get an opportunity to rotate around for a forward attack. Well, just into the last minute now, 44 seconds remaining. And it's looking more and more like that this will go into the golden score. Pauling coming round the back as her opponent hooks in, looking for the Uchimata combination. The Sumigeishi is also there. Didn't get that rotation upper body control to lift her over and turn her on from the Sutemi Waza. Well, we're now into golden score, and this match could go either way. Both have battled away for the last 4 minutes for that gold medal. Neither one of them look like they've made much of a margin in front of each other. They're very, very close indeed. There's a drop Sianagi there from Poland. Maybe she's put in 1 or 2 attacks more than her opponent.
Yeah, it's the first time that she's been slowed down today. Can't drop the hips far enough.
Well, a lovely hip throw there,
almost.
And that's so.
Well, he does give up.
And he gives. Wasn't sure whether she had enough leverage on that to drive at the end.
Well, the thing about this is the referee is standing right on top of this. The action is facing him. He's got a good, clear view of the landing. He doesn't give it quickly. He takes his time. So he must have seen sufficient for him to decide that this was worth Wazari. Does it, is the action from Bernholm continuous? It is, and they've had a look, and it didn't take very long for them to decide, that's it. Gold medal, Anna Bernholm in a Grand Slam and beating Kim Polling in the final.
Well, that's saying something, isn't it? And it's a great step up the career move.
Here in Abu Dhabi Grand Slam.
And she moved up from 63 kilos
Also, congratulations, Kim Polling with the silver medal.
not that long ago.
As you can see there, the highlights of that very throw over deep. And
Dear spectators, the awarding ceremony for men under 73 kilo. The medals will be presented by Education and Coaching Director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Mohamed Marija.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 73 kilo category.
Representing Azerbaijan, Rustam.
Medals are being presented by the IGF Education and Coaching Director, Mr. Mohamed Marija. The medals go first of all to her Butbul, the Israeli representing the International Judo Federation here, and to Rustam Orozhov of Azerbaijan. Silver medal goes to Musa Magushkov of Russia. The gold medal goes to Ganbata Odbaya of Mongolia.
International Judo Federation, Mr. Osako Akimo.
Odd one, wasn't it? Magushkov getting that strain in the shin or whatever it was.
surprising.
Seemed to, almost as though he got shot in the leg or something, just collapsed after that. And now the national anthem of Mongolia.
Thank you very much. Family picture, VIPs and judoka.
Let's take a look at the medal winners again then. The bronze medals went to Orozhov and Butbul. Silver medal went to Magushkov, and the gold was taken by Ganbata. Well, we've got one more weight category to bring you. It's the under 81 kilo category. And we're going to start with the first of the bronze medal matches. That features Alan Kubetsov of Russia. He's up against Zebeda Rekviashvili of Georgia. Kubetsov in the white judogi, Rekviashvili in blue.
As you can see, they're head-to-head, but Kubetsov in the driving seat with that, very similar in age. It's going to be a very tough match between both these athletes.
The referee in the middle for this one is Frank Wolf of Germany.
This year European champion, Kubetsov.
Well, very confident young man coming through there onto the field to play. Rekinashvili representing Georgia there in the blue, and here representing Russia, Kubetsov in the white.
He's carrying a bit of an injury, is Kubetsov. I think it's the right forearm. And they slow him down a bit.
Well, as you can see, Kubetsov there with the left hand on the lapel, with the side skip looking for the Ashiwaza, but took a little bit too much time to try and decide to engage, and both of them pick up a Shido for not attacking. So Kubetsov, European champion this year. Well, it's really about the grips at this particular moment. The Kosoto, but it was nearly almost switched there from Kubetsov with the Ouchigari, just didn't get that hook in deep enough. Oh, a lovely attack there. Scoring a Wazari. We'll see that once more. Yosoto, but there you get the counter. Looked to be the Kosoto Gari, but it more switched to the side. Oh my goodness me, well that was a gutsy effort there. And another gutsy move as he twists right out of sight of his opponent, spinning underneath. Well, Rekinashvili there, as you can see, with the left hand drawing his opponent's head down in that awkward and uncomfortable bent over position, making Kubetsov look very passive indeed. I was lucky not to pick up a Shido for that. Both left to left grips, bit of clashing there going on, and neither one of them really been able to sort of break away. Kubetsov with that Wazari, but still this contest is so open. It goes so the Ashibara there, lovely attack that scored the Wazari, that's taken the lead for the Russian with just under a minute remaining in this contest. Well, Rekinashvili, who, as we know, is quite a gutsy fighter, is put in a couple of attacks even in this match that has been very brave indeed, and bordering on the edge of madness. There's Sio Toshi there from Kubetsov. The Georgian coming across with that tired Toshi now switches that right hand over deep in the back, tries for the counter. Kvetsyov feels and prepares himself by countering in with the Ouchigari, scoring the second Wazari. So excellent anticipation of the Georgian's move. Now is tying up the upper part of the body. Not sure how secure it is, but just trying to get... Well, there we have it. Kvetsyov takes the bronze medal in the 81 kilo category. The first of two.
2 scores as well to the Russian over the Georgian Zabeda Rekviashvili. I'm glad to see Rekviashvili back at this kind of level, however, because there was a thought or suspicion that after he'd moved from 73, that 81 was going to prove a little bit too much for him. But he's kind of found his feet, and if he hasn't already established himself, at least he's knocking pretty strongly on the door. So we may yet see him in that spot.
Well, he looks comfortable out there, and
yeah.
size-wise, he doesn't look too small either. So it's obviously filled out quite well in the 81 kilos.
He was always far too big for 73. He had to lose so much weight. So it was right that he should have come into 81, and he's just getting there now.
You can see the highlights on the screen.
Well, there's a chance for more medals for Mongolia because they feature in both of our upcoming contests. Firstly, in the bronze medal match that's coming up now, it features Said Mollaei of Iran. He's up against Nyamsuren Dagvasuren of Mongolia. And it'll be Mollaei in the white judogi, Nyamsuren in blue. And to bring commentary on this one, it'll be Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Well, there's some wonderful highlights of that last match. Definitely a well-deserved win. Going to Kvetsyov.
The referee in the middle for this one is, again, Veli-Matti Karinkanta of Finland.
Well, there's a head-to-head, one each. 25 to 27 years of age, very similar in grade, and wins very similar, only 6 of a difference, even down to the world ranking. So this could be a very, very close match. Mollaei representing around in the white, and Nyamsuren representing Mongolia in the blue.
Last year Asian champion Nyamsuren Dagvasuren.
Mollaei World Senior Championships this year took a bronze medal and also a silver in Baku Grand Slam. Asian Championships also second place, has had a very impressive track record this year, really on form, and then finds himself now competing here for the bronze medal here in this Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. Nyamsuren in Tashkent Grand Prix this year took a silver medal in Asian Senior Championships last year, gold medalist. Along with Antalya Grand Prix this year, took a bronze medal. So both of them have been on these podiums throughout the year. Well, it is just really a battle of grips at this particular moment. Neither one of them happy of advancing forward without that control. And there you have Malai there with the grip around the back with the Kosota. A lovely attack there. Namasuren did really well to get off the Kosota Gari. Again, Iranian advances forward with that left round the back, blocks, but there's the drop Sianagi from the Mongolian. Well, Malay there engaging every time, being first on the grip as he comes round the back. That left hand sneaking in there. Very deep that controls. He's also got the drop Sianagi, and there he has it. Oh, and he just lost the control at the end. It was so deep, and it looks as if it was just going for 10. There you have it. The Marotti Sianagi came right over, just lost the control at that crucial point.
Quite often we talk about countries that don't normally feature that much in judo, who have their own wrestling styles and things. We say, oh, maybe they brought this over or brought that over, or whatever. It's got nothing to do with any other wrestling style. That was definitely a lovely effort from Malali, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Judo all the way there. It's perfectly possible that he also, dabbles in some other type of, martial art, but hey, that was a really nice effort. Oh, thought he was going to hook in there for the Kosota Gaki. Got to be careful now with Niam Surin in that position.
Well, Niam Surin has been a little bit quiet out here in this match. He's not been as forceful as we've seen him in previous rounds in this tournament, and very surprising. Well, there's a drop Sianagi, but not very convinced. But there, that was a lot better there as he drops right underneath and had the drive there, just didn't have the little flick at the end of it to get his opponent over the top. But nevertheless, a good attack. Malai, as you can see, that left hand sneaking over the back once more. He works with the feet with the Kochi, trying to break the balance of his opponent. Niam Saran with the drop Sianagi. Well, just under, with 46 seconds remaining in this contest. It's quite nice to see. There's no Shidos, so it's still very open. Both have been engaged all the time in this contest. Niam Soren there looking for an opportunity in the Niwas as he tries to by using his feet, flick his opponent over. Now he's got him onto his back. He just needs to try and tie up the upper part of the body. But as you can see, Malai there with that leg tied up quite nicely, and I don't think he's going to be able to shift that at all. Well, it looks like Malai there has picked up an injury. He was having to bounce a little bit in the last seconds of that contest. But now we're going into golden score. Can he last? He's been the more impressive out there. He's dominated, I believe, this contest. And has had, other than the drop Sianagis that we've seen with Niam Thron, he's been the closest to scoring. Hip through in the Uchimata. Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are calling for a Wazari, but myself and Sheldon just feel that he just sat on his bottom there, and nice cocoa in those days. That's showing my age now, isn't it?
Putting in a few attacks here, however.
Well, the hips there, the Uchimata came up, but he did ever so well to get off that. Malai did really well. So 47 seconds into golden score. Malai once more after that. Close shave has started to pick up the pace once more and come back into this contest. I am Soran. That right hand round the back. Played a bit of a waiting game there, a little bit too long as Malai came in. Right hand on the lapel for the Mongolian. His cross grip now is a real exchange of gripping styles. That left hand, as you can see now, on the lapel, controlling Malai. But it comes through the Sianagi. Still not getting that nice finish at the end, so close, but still very far from scoring. Malai comes underneath and he's driving, whether he can get the completion, and yes he does. Well, would the referee call that a pause? Well, it just seemed that he would manage to rotate, but no score has been given. Well, he dropped underneath him, but obviously there was a pause within the completion of the throw.
He's gone now.
But he's gone now, and that's it. All over and done with. Malai takes the bronze medal for Iran. But he's also got a very sore knee to go with it.
That was before he executed that technique.
That was in the last couple of seconds before golden score. So he's had that in the gold. He's carried that right through into the golden score. So he's done extremely well to take this bronze medal.
He can have a rest tonight, can't he?
Well, I think so.
Done his job done.
Job's done. He can chill out, let his hair down.
Said Malai of Iran wins out there over Niamsuren Dagvazuren of Mongolia, and another fighter has to limp off.
Well, it just shows you how the adrenaline, when it pumps in, how it can mask things like the injuries until you just finish, and then afterwards you go, ouch. You just think that was sore. But there's the Kosota, whoa, and planted him. Nicely executed. Well-deserving bronze medal there, that determination. Well, it was a real battle for those minutes out there, but very enjoyable indeed.
We come now to the final of the under 81 kilo category. It's another Mongolian that we're going to get to look at this time.
At least we can guarantee the Mongolia will take a medal.
He's going to take a medal.
What colour it'll be is down to himself.
It'll be Odgun Batar, Ugun Batar in the white judogi. He's up against Frank de Witt of the Netherlands.
Well, on talk about there, obviously a head-to-head, but he's in the driving seat with this, 29 years of age, a little bit more mature than his opponent, who's 21. 52 wins, 92 wins to 63. So with just that experience, there's not much in it when you think about how many years more he's been on this world circuit.
The referee is from Georgia, Mr. Vladimir Nutsubidze.
The referee in the middle for this one is Vladimir Nutsubidze from Georgia.
Bronze medalist at Baku Grand Slam this year, Otkon Bata Ugarbata.
Well, Otkon Bata, 5th place in the World Championships this year, took a bronze medal in the Baku Grand Slam, along with, back in 2015, a bronze medal in the Grand Slam in Paris. So he's capable of winning these titles. He's comfortable being on the center stage of these Grand Slams and World Championships. But for a 21-year-old, Frank de Witt, well, a very impressive track record this young man has. Grand Slam this year, took the gold medal. An amazing feat for someone so young and in this weight category that's so competitive in the world of judo. Along with that, World Championships for the Juniors 2015, took the gold medal, and European Championships Seniors this year, 5th place. So a very strong contender for a gold medal here today. On the right, high collar grip there as he exchanged with the lapel. Drawing his opponent in towards his chest.
De Witt picked up the penalty for passivity there. And then Otkon Bata.
Well, he's looking a little bit anxious there. He's upset him a little bit, but...
he's not a dirty player, Otkon
No,
Bata.
no.
Had a little tap at him and then he said, like, come, you know. So
Sorry.
let's have a handshake.
Just it's a make-up. Well, it's only business. It's never personal. Frank de Witt, as you can see, that Koichi Gari, lovely attack there, scoring the Wazari. Now this puts him in a nice, comfortable seat. You can see there at the back, John Paul Bell, who's one of the former British coaches, now coaching over in Holland.
Frank de Witt has accidentally caught him in the
Yeah, right.
in the mouth. I'm sure
Well, again,
he didn't mean that, did he?
well, as the coach there trying to look a bit cool, but you can see he was like sweating under the collar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Frank de Witt there, as you can see, that right hand high on the collar. Very tall, strong man. Sumigesh. Well, he's putting the attacks in, he's showing his youth, he's got the energy, he's got the passion out there, and he's dominating this contest quite nicely, I think. Otkon Bata's looking a little bit weary out there. He's that slight height of disadvantage. He's getting his head pulled down, and he's got a little bit of a slower pace, which making him look a bit negative out there at this moment. Frank is all over him like a rash. He's just not allowing the Mongolian to settle in at all, and you've got the Osakomi. And Frank de Witt's not really going to want to let this one go, because it might just make him a little bit angry when he gets up.
He's not going to.
Well, that was definitely a well-deserved win from Frank de Witt. Pointing over as to say, I told you so, but dominated this contest right from the beginning, showed so much determination and energy out there, and technical expertise. Played it very, very well, and a well-deserved gold medalist and champion of the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam 2017. Well, that was a nice finish to what has been a very good day of judo.
Yeah, it was indeed. Frank de Witt showed quite a deal of class throughout the day. He had quite a tough route as well, when you think about it.
Well, when you think how young he is as well, my goodness, he's a wee pup out there, really.
Yeah, well, you can celebrate, can't he? Why not?
Oh, he's got everything to celebrate. He's got that gold medal. He's got a bit of prize money in his pocket too.
Defeated Koei Koagura of the Philippines in round 1, and then Sagi Muki, the Israeli who's here representing the IJF. Etienne Briand in round 3, semi-final. He overcame Zubaida Rekviashvili, and then the final, as you've just seen there, Ugan Batao of Mongolia. So, tough day for Frank de Witt. He came out on top.
As you say, a good day.
4 Ippons and 3 Wazaris.
Good day at the office. That's all I say. He's done very, very well. No, and I think it was someone that you pointed out earlier on, right at the beginning.
Well, he was one of the top 4 seeds, so
yeah.
I couldn't help but mention him. So I can't claim.
So you're not taking the credit.
No,
for that
I can't. Not that one. Right, let's take a look at the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 70 kilo category. Jan Schneider, the head refereeing director of the International Judo Federation, is making the medal presentations, and the bronze medals go first of all to Miriam Butkereit of Germany and to Maria Portela of Brazil. Silver medal goes to Kim Polling of the Netherlands.
And gold medalist for Sweden, Anna Bernholm.
The gold medal goes to Anna Bernholm of Sweden. 17 shots at an IJF gold medal. She's had an IJF gold medal, and this is her first. Yeah, she'll be absolutely delighted with that win, Anna Bernholm.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Sweden.
And now the national anthem of Sweden.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIP and judoka.
Well, don't go anywhere, because we've got another awarding ceremony to bring you, as well as some highlights of all the action, or some of the action, from today. And just before that, we've got a rundown of our medalists here. Butkerite and Portela took bronze medals. Polling took the silver, but it was Bernholm who came up with a gold medal winning performance in the under 70 kilo category, the first of her career.
Dear spectators, you can see the highlights of today's final walk on the screen.
Well, there are a few highlights from today's competition. We will, of course, have more judo for you from the third and final day of competition at the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. But before that, we've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 81 kilo category. Let's just have a look and see whether they're lined up and ready down at the far end of the competition hall. Okay, I think the presentation party is ready to get underway. Let's take a look and see who we've got.
International Judo Federation and President of the Judo Union of Asia, Mr.
The medals are going to be presented by the Vice President of the International Judo Federation and the President of the Judo Union of Asia, Mr. Obaid Alanzi. And the medals go, first of all, to Saeed Molahi of Iran. Bronze medal also goes to Alan Kubetsov of Russia. Silver medal goes to Otganbatar Uganbatar of Mongolia. The gold medal goes to Frank de Witt of the Netherlands.
The prize money flowers will be presented by representative of Al-Qadra Holding, Mr. Ronald Fischer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the Netherlands.
And now the national anthem of the Netherlands.
Mollet and Kubetsov were the bronze medalists. Otgen Batar took the silver, and it was De Witt who walked away with the gold. Russia topped the medal table with 2 gold medals. Mongolia also have 2, but the Russians have taken 3 third places as well. The Netherlands have taken a gold, as have Belgium, Italy, Sweden, and 1 from the players representing the International Judo Federation here. We will be back tomorrow with action from the 3rd and final day in Abu Dhabi, but from Mareta Cusack and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.